It's time for the main event. Here comes the breakdown. Act 1, the setup.
Our old-timey adventure begins with a horse and buggy with a caption over it saying that before the existence of sports that people actually like the national, baseball and whatnot, the national sport was sculling, which is essentially modern-day rowing, in case you weren't born in the 1800s. It goes on to say that people gambled on the sport and that this film is a true story of an oarsman named Ned Hanlon. But he was a coxswain.
True.
Yeah, based on true, inspired by true events.
Yeah.
We see strapping young Nicolas Cage, a.k.a. Ned Hanlon, in a boat, as you expect, rowing against some other old-timey dudes. And he has a nonsensical argument with some guy about running into him, even though he turned his boat right into the guy. Also very hard to hear a lot of the dialogue in some of these scenes with the music just blaring over it.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming, had to ADR everything, and it's just really it's not mixed well.
There were a couple spots where it was like really crucial quotes. I had to rewatch like 5 times to figure out exactly what they were saying. It was like, this seems really integral to the story, but
good luck. Yeah, we didn't have subtitles or anything, so I couldn't. I just had to suss it out. So that's my disclaimer for the curse counter too. I may have missed some when he's shouting random things at people on boats that I couldn't hear, or when there's like 30 people all talking at once in a crowd and he's supposed to be shouting over. Anyway, Ned dives into the water to get an oar he lost, and then, since he's the Usain Bolt of rowing, he comes from behind the entire pack and wins the race before chugging some nondescript liquor from a brown bottle. It's moonshine.
So they were doing a turn, but he turns right into Bill and runs into him, and then Ned is
calls him a bastard, and then yeah.
What'd you expect?
Whatever. He's drunk. He's on that hooch. That night, the guy Ned beat comes to see him and is introduced as Bill McCoy, the famous oarsman who interrupts Ned getting into blackface for a Halloween party that won't come back to haunt him since social media didn't exist back then. Politicians wouldn't do that.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wait, he's getting camouflaged up for a bootleg run to the United States from Canada so he can sell some moonshine. Bill asks if Ned has heard of a centennial race in Philadelphia and suggests becoming Ned's manager since he's a natural. But some other dudes say he was barely trying and Bill should see him with a train of cops up his arse. I mean, a bunch of cops chasing him.
I'd like to see that. Pay good money for that.
Ned isn't keen on the idea since it sounds like work, but Bill says since Ned is an unknown, he can get really good odds on him and they can split the winnings. Ned again shoots him down and makes out with some floozy named Dulcie or Dolce Cabana or something before heading out to make his delivery. You see Ned rowing across Lake Ontario or the St. Lawrence River, which seems more realistic, to drop off the booze, but instead he's met by a bunch of stuck-up Americans who tell him he needs to repent for his sins of delivering alcohol. Oh, and there's also a bunch of cops.
What exactly? So it wasn't like during Prohibition or anything. I guess it was like they just didn't want alcohol coming into the United States.
Maybe, I guess.
Unregulated.
They just really hate sculling. So it's immoral.
I mean, obviously it is a very dangerous and it's filled with gambling and all sorts of...
They were like, holy fuck, this is boring. God must hate it.
Confiscate.
I'd rather go to the church.
The religious people suggest that the cops shoot him so he can face retribution. You know, like Jesus would want. But Ned evades them by hopping in his boat, which somehow had a rope on it already on the shore. And then doesn't realize that they're pulling on the rope until he goes to cut it. And this scene's stupid. But,
yeah, this is a dumb scene.
We needed more stakes, you know.
He rows his ass back off to Canada. Also, he rams another boat in the middle of it. And
the coppers.
The cops were like on the shore waiting to ambush him, but also on a boat with a torch waiting to ambush him as he went to escape, and he got through both of them somehow.
Well, he pitted them, dude. That's old timey pit maneuver right there.
Yeah,
yeah, I guess.
Just like Fast and Furious, man.
This is the original Fast and Furious franchise right here.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, the cops realized that last minute that Ned was only in blackface and not actually black, or else he'd have been dead.
God damn it.
Back in Canada the next morning, we see Ned deep inside that floozy from the night before, who's riding him like a rodeo clown. Another fully clothed sex scene.
Yeah.
Well,
kind of. One teat was hanging out.
Yeah, but he's completely clothed, basically.
Yeah.
Was it hanging out?
There is one shot where you can see her nipple.
It's popping out.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I got to add that to the tracker.
I wondered if you caught it, because I did.
I did not. I was busy looking at something else in that scene. So
it's I saw it when we'll get to it.
When the cops come up,
bust in, she screams and covers up. She's got one eye, but it's literally for like 3 frames. But I caught it.
Okay. Not that I went back and examined.
The fun is interrupted by the cops from the night before and the same preacher guy who's now in Canada for some reason. Yeah. He just really got a hard on for justice and stopping this random Canadian guy.
Yeah.
One of the cops asks if they should let him finish, but the preacher guy isn't into it, so he only approves cucking from a distance when kids are involved. Cops bust in just as Ned's busting in Dulcie, but he evades them again by jumping off the balcony of his boathouse into the lake, and Bill just so happens to be nearby in a boat, and he tells Ned to row to a passing riverboat. A lot of stuff happening. Mm-hmm. It's pretty early in the morning for all this shit going on, but
yeah,
Ned's ready for action always.
Clearly, I mean,
yeah.
Deep in Dulcie guts.
Bill and Ned managed to catch the speeding riverboat no sweat since it just stopped and waited for them, and everyone on the boat is just hanging out watching him for some reason. But the boat is too swift for the cops. It's a riverboat. They go like 1 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Also, it's pretty easy to tell where the boat's going, so you could just... I guess they didn't have radios. It's radio ahead, but... He got away.
A lot of things that just are very convenient in this movie.
We also get our first really good look at the abs of a Roman god. So this is the first of many times that we needed to pause the film before coming back to it.
Yep.
Bill tells Ned he better lay low for a few days, and he suggests they head to Philadelphia. Boy, I wonder who tipped off the cops. Ned also immediately figures this out and nearly throws Bill overboard while calling him a bilge rat a couple of times. What a charming, built completely on lies and deceit relationship these guys have throughout the film. And don't forget greed, because they want to make money.
Yeah, greed. Well, I mean, Ned never really cares about the money. It's all about Bill.
Bill says he planned things to go down to the minute, but Ned's hanky-panky nearly ruined things and says, I don't know what she sees in you anyway. And Ned says, same thing you saw, natural ability. And with just a few lines of dialogue, they become good friends and all is forgiven. Would have been better if he had just said, this is what she sees in me, and pulled out his little Hanlon.
God damn it.
In Philadelphia, Bill and Ned start their excellent adventure at the Centennial Regatta. Ned sees a bunch of dudes getting their asses oiled up so they can slide back and forth in the boats, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just greasing asses.
Greasing asses.
Really long shot.
Yeah, it was. They were getting in there too, like up underneath and the gooch and everything, dude.
Mm-hmm. Ned runs around like an 8-year-old interacting with fire eaters. A real Indian from the plains jumps on a carousel for a second. Nice call forward to deadfall and face off. And then he dances like a doofus in front of a calliope whistle music truck while holding an American flag.
He does this like a fucking kid, dude.
Oh boy, yeah, what a big day for this boy in blue.
That again, you let Nick do what Nick wants to do, and that's the shit he comes up with.
Should have had like a comically large lollipop.
Yeah,
too, you know?
They should have.
Yeah,
little spinner hats.
We don't got nothing fancy like this up where I'm in Toronto. 20 miles away.
Yeah, 20 minutes from here.
Ned spots Bill arguing with some guy, and he finds out that this guy sold the boat that Bill had reserved for Ned. Some filthy kid says, I knows where you can get a boat, and he says he'll tell him for $1 and a cigarette. Damn, these things sure have changed. Oh, wait, no, this is Philly. Patrick had to trade a pack of cigarettes to a kid to tell him where Independence Hall was last time he was there. Wait till maybe sometime he'll tell you what they do for $100.
Jeez. Go down to that one road with
they trade in Fent now in Philly.
Jesus fuck. We are getting canceled after this one.
Anyway, the kid's information must have paid off because we see Ned and Bill led to a shop where we see the Nimbus 2000 of boats. And an old man says he invented this boat with a sliding seat that has since become the standard for rowing. So Ned, who was already amazing at rowing, suddenly has an incredible advantage over everyone else. Yeah, it is just like the Nimbus 2000. It's like, just give Harry Potter the best broom imaginable. And, oh, wow, he's amazing.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
I wonder if this part is true. If he really was the first person to row on a modern boat.
Yeah, I couldn't find any information about that. I'm assuming, I
would hope.
Maybe.
They took liberties a lot.
They did. So
it just seemed weird to me that like no one invented this
days.
yet. It's just this random old guy invented this game change. I mean, I guess that's how a lot of inventions works. But still, it was like
the odds of
they weren't using newish technologies. It's just some wheels on a runner.
I mean,
but for them, it was
1870s,
innovative,
right? So rowing was a kind of relatively new sport at that time, I think, and So the old man saw the obvious and was like, "Oh, I'll invent that."
Yeah. Right.
Everybody was like, "You're stupid, old man."
No, we like greasing up our asses.
Where's the fun in that? I can't get my roommate to grease my ass anymore if I get this thing.
Walter, the old man, says that all the Harvard rowers with grease on their asses won't give the boat a chance, but Bill and Ned are smitten. Probably because they have no choice. Bunch of preppy doofuses laugh at Ned for even trying the boat. And of course, Ned falls in the water the second he gets in, all while the Harvard boys laugh and laugh. This made me think of episode 1, like the weird convoluted deal that Qui-Gon sorts out to like bet Watto's pod racer to let him race Anakin in somebody else's pod racer. But if he wins, he gets to keep the pod racer and the winnings.
And the kid.
And the kid's mom. Gets to keep the kid's mom. Like, I know a guy who somehow has a boat. We can use it, but I'll wager this to get up on there, and your odds are this. There's a lot of weird wagers in this movie that you have to keep track of. Yeah. More than Snake Eyes, which is saying something. Next morning, we see Ned getting the hang of it, and sadly, the Harvard guys aren't around for him to be like, "How you like them apples? I got her number." We see the legendary Christopher Plummer, a.k.a. Colonel Knox, showing up to bet on the race. We see Bill say that Ned has 100-to-1 odds of winning, so they stand to win a fortune if this complete unknown manages to win using an untested boat.
I saw that Christopher Plummer was a Grammy away from an EGOT. He would have been the first Canadian EGOT winner, and he was nominated for a Grammy at one point. I didn't know he was that decorated. Why was he in National Treasure? Never mind.
Maybe he's friends with Nick Cage from this. I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
Bill gives Ned a rowing outfit, which is baby blue, and Ned isn't thrilled to dress up like a toddler for the big race. In the first qualifier, some dude tells Ned he has a crack in his oar, which causes him to start slow since he made you look. And the old man who gave him the boat says, "I'm too old to be a laughingstock," and he and Bill back to shore before we can see how the race turns out. We see Walter sulking, and then Bill enters his shop before slapping down a huge wad of money. The old man asks, "What the hell is that?" And Bill says, "It's $50. Must have been all in ones, I guess. For the rental of the boat the next day, since Ned finished second and qualified for the next race. So I guess they only bet $1 on him. Because
he was, 50 to 1?
Yeah, it was 100 to 1 odds, and he would finish second. So they were. I mean, I guess to be fair, if they bet $1 and won $100, that would have been a shitload of money. So
yeah, true.
Probably all they had to bet. That night, Bill says he turned down $1,000 to throw the race to the next day, since most people bet on some guy named Fred, and they're scared Ned might have a real shot to win. Some newspaper guy sits down with them and says that everyone in Toronto is talking about Ned, and they've given him a nickname, the Boy in Blue, which is funny because I would have nicknamed him the Boy I Wish I Blew, based on those abs. Ned isn't thrilled with the nickname since it makes him sound like some sort of fancy boy. And we see that the beer that was sent to their table was drugged, which causes the newspaper guy to pass out after he drinks it. A trio of dudes stand up to kick Ned's ass, which prompts Bill to say, "You take the 2 on the left," but Ned and Bill hightail it out of there instead of fighting. The 3 dudes chase them down an alley, but stop when they see Bill with his pants down making out with the lady of the night, and they decide to let him finish, unlike that preacher guy from earlier.
I don't think they knew it was him because his head was turned the way
his back was turned. They just saw some guy banging a prostitute.
I mean, they could have just waited nearby and watched. That's how things were back then.
That one guy wanted to.
Gents.
Yeah. She did tell him to wait.
He lingered.
I'm almost done.
I'm almost done.
They leave, and we hear some coughing, which turns out to be Ned under the prostitute's dress. Guessing he was coughing since it smelled like low tide and a heat wave down there.
God damn it. Oh, fuck.
It's just great.
We're just alienating everybody today.
He's like, Ned's like, "You could have been an actress." She's like, "I am an actress."
I am an actress.
Wait, so he just banged a random actress? I don't know what the point of that joke was, but it's funny somehow. Bill and Ned laugh their way out of that sticky situation, and suddenly Ned gets punched in the face and a goon grabs Bill. The guy asks which one of them is handling, and Bill says that he is, so the guy breaks his arm. Why did they didn't fuck around with sports betting back then. Nowadays you just have to be, I don't know, coach of the Patriots or something to make a bunch of money cheating while betting.
Allegedly.
Sure.
Yes,
allegedly.
thank you. Allegedly.
Next day, we see the final race, and the boy in blue triumphantly cruises to victory thanks in no small part to the boat that Walter designed. Also, we see that Christopher Plummer's character is the one who sent the guy to break Ned's arm and is pissed since he bet $5,000 on that Fred guy. Bill
this is all he does with his life. He just
bets money.
Goes around sports betting on boat races.
I mean, he's loaded, so I mean, there's only so much entertainment they had back then. It was horses or betting on stuff or ruining people's lives, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm guessing he was also betting on horses, but we don't see that part of his.
Right. That's another different movie.
It's implied
a different movie
because he talks to them about the horse after this.
Yeah. That's the Horse in Black. That's the sequel.
He shows up as the villain
Seabiscuit
secretariat. Yeah, Seabiscuit.
It's just Ned's teeth on the horse.
God damn it.
Bill in a shoulder sling and Ned hop onto a riverboat to head home to Canada, and Ned spots some cops on the dock and freaks out thinking that they're there to bust him. Turns out it's a victory parade thrown in his honor, and Ned is a Canadian hero. Word travels fast, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Ned reluctantly, at first anyway, embraces being a hero, and it's explained by the mayor of Toronto, I think, or a leprechaun, I don't know, that his victory was the biggest upset in the history of the sport, while the guy talks about what an upstanding and clean kid Ned is. Ned spots a cute girl and makes goo-goo eyes at her for a minute before the mayor gives Ned a silver medal and some kind, and the crowd cheers for him.
What was his silver medal for? It was like,
I don't know,
Canadian hero status or something.
That's what I'm getting. Maybe I was like, maybe the town was a silver mining town or something. It felt like weird to give someone a silver medal when you'd usually be gold, but maybe
it's Canada. They didn't have gold.
Yeah, that's what I wondered. Maybe it had something more special to do. Silver's more special in that area.
I don't know.
It's the best we could do.
I think there's some bootlegger gold. He's just going to sell it.
It might be based on real fact. I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't. Canada's
kind of hard to tell
place
in this movie because they just took so many liberties.
Yeah. Like, why is, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, why the fuck is Maggie up in some random town in Canada if her uncle is an American colonel?
Does he live in Canada? Because their estate is like, it looks like it's nearby.
Yeah.
Wherever they're at.
Is he supposed to be American? I can't remember.
I don't know. I don't think they ever make that distinction.
Do they have colonels in Canada? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Colonels in England. So.
Okay. I think that's just a military. Designation.
I don't know what Canada's.
I mean, honestly, given the time period, he could have been English and then, just been stationed. Like, He could have had a military career in England and then
That's
retired
true.
to Canada, and then Canada became a state. So now he's Canadian. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be.
I think he's supposed to be Canadian.
She has a British accent. He has a British accent. So
Yeah, or they have that kind of weirdish
yeah,
British
pseudo
Canadian accent.
Yeah, more like that elite.
Yeah, so I think he's
that
supposed to be
elite
Canadian,
accent.
Yeah, okay.
which would also make sense because otherwise their estate wouldn't be in Canada. On his way to the victory party, Ned yells to a cute girl that he wants her to come. Yells to the cute girl that he wants her to come to his party. And by the way, Ned's girlfriend that we saw riding him earlier is there too, but I guess Ned wants to trade up. Ned throws his
chucks
silver
her
medal to
behind
Bill, and Bill swoops in on Ned's former girl and puts the medal around her neck.
He's
What
just
a
done with her.
shitty way to write this character, this hero. Hey, I get the opportunity to upgrade, and I'm ditching the other chick for her.
Yeah.
What?
Man, she was like
You're not painting him in a good light. You're making him out to be a douchebag.
and she was like marginally more attractive.
He already
Yeah.
gave that other girl the big knife, so you know
He already compromised.
he's got to move on.
Act 2. It's about time we had some conflict, wouldn't you say?
We see Knox approach Bill and say he has a proposition for him. We smash cut to Bill and Ned in a stable with Colonel Knox, where he asks, "You gentlemen judges of horse flesh?" Which is definitely code for some fucked up eyes wide shut type party he's trying to get him to go to. I don't know. You guys judges of horse flesh? What a weird sentence. Knox says,
Huh? What do you got?
"What do you think of that flesh? It's pretty good, huh?"
3 feet inside you. They have it in there in under 5 minutes.
We call him Mr. Hands.
Still legal up here in Canada. Knox says, "Oh, I think you'd recognize a thoroughbred if you spotted one, Mr. McCoy. You spotted this young fellow here," referring to Ned. Knox says Canada is looking for a hero who is a common John, and Ned says, "I'm a common John myself, Colonel." All right.
That's what I
Bill
just said.
That's what I said, man. Jackass.
Luckhead.
Bill says, "Big words don't butter the beans." And Knox says, "Oh, we'll make sure everyone's beans get buttered." Yep, definitely plans to fuck him. Butter up them beans. Knox says Ned cost him a lot of money in Philly, but he makes sure no one ever costs him twice. So he offers to sponsor, promote, and protect Ned from dudes who might break his arms and such. Like, obviously, he was the one who offered Bill $1,000 to throw the race and was the guy who sent the goon to break his arm and all that shit.
Yeah.
It seems like he's the only, like, shitty person in the gambling.
Yeah, he's just hedging his bets everywhere. And,
Yeah.
Or he makes money.
Bill says Ned already has a manager, him, and Knox asks how Bill plans to get Ned out of legal trouble because of the whole bootlegging thing. But I thought that was all forgiven since he's a hero now, but whatever. Maggie, the cutie Ned was eyeing earlier, strolls in and says it wouldn't do to have the boy in blue locked up for bootlegging. Ned again gives her a look like she's the prom queen from The Rock, and Knox introduces her as his niece. Maggie and Ned head to the house for refreshments while Bill and Knox chit-chat about business and such, or whatever the hell they're talking about back there.
Horse flesh.
Horse flesh and horse cock. And
God damn it.
what Ned's horse cock looks like. Oh, it looks like he could eat a good carrot. Based on those teeth.
God damn it.
Maggie says she was surprised to see Ned wasn't a godlike giant of a man as he was described in the papers, but that he's rather ordinary. Yeah, wait till she sees those abs. Ned ruins the fun flirty exchange by saying, "They say I look bigger with my clothes off," which gives Maggie a look of horny bemusement or whatever. She says, "Really?" And he says, "I mean, my rowing outfit." She asks when she can see him row, and he says he'll give her a personal demonstration. But she says, "Will there be any room for me in that boat?" What with all the liquor cases? Peasant swine. She means she wants him to row her boat, if you know what I mean. Find the little man in the boat. We see Ned and Bill leaving on a horse and buggy, and Bill says they don't need Knox's money and that he doesn't give two shits about Ned and that he wouldn't piss on Ned if he was on fire. Sure changes his tune right after this. Ned only has eyes for the girl and says, I think she's foolish for me, as you do. We cut to Ned and Maggie on a serene river of some sort. Again, I'm not really sure where this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be in Canada, I guess. I don't know. Looks like Kentucky.
Yeah.
We see Ned move closer to Maggie before asking, what did you have to bring her for? And we see that there's an old woman in the boat. And she says that it's unladylike to go out with a gentleman unchaperoned. She says she's having a lovely time. And Ned says he'd be having a lovelier time if the old woman wasn't there. So Maggie asks, whatever would we be doing differently? Ned gives her the famous eyebrow raise from Firebirds. Everybody remember Firebirds? And she's like, oh, behave. She says if she let him kiss her, he'd chicken out, which he scoffs at. And then she says, permission granted. And on his way to kiss her, Maggie wakes up the old lady, cock blocked by a dusty old maid again.
I would have kissed them both if I was him.
Just kiss them both. Take them both down. Show you the man in the boat. We cut to Ned looking bored as hell while rich people play rich people games, and Knox tells Ned his legal troubles have been resolved. Ned eyes Knox's niece. It's like a tongue twister. Ned eyes Knox's niece, who is playing croquet with some Errol Flynn wannabe. And Ned asks who the douche is, to which Knox says he's a Harvard man. Oh, I bet he reads a lot of Gordon Wood. Goodwill Hunting fans out there. Sorry. We see Ned chugging champagne, looking totally out of his element around these rich snobs, and he overhears some elitist assholes talking about how Ned only wins because he stinks, so all the other rowers stay far behind him. He walks over and addresses a girl saying, do you really want to know how I bathe, miss? Then he chucks his champagne in a guy's face while saying, first I do this, then I scrub behind the ears while grabbing the dude's head. The Harvard man takes a swing at him, and Ned punches the dude in the gut while Ned screams, get up, Harvard man! Maggie runs to break up the fight, so Ned grabs her forcibly by the arm, takes her into a nearby room in front of all of the guests, and tells her, I'm sorry, but this is making me sick wearing these monkey suits, while taking off his tie and screaming about how douchey all these people are. Good thing this was the 1870s, when violently manhandling a woman in front of her family and friends was just flirty fun.
Good time family fun.
The Harvard man comes to check on her since she left with a violent maniac, and Ned says, she's fine, bug her off. So the Harvard man just leaves her to be beaten. Which, spoilers, that's her fiance. He's just fucking like,
Yeah, he just takes
sure.
Oh, I mean, it's the law. Man said he wants to put hands on a woman. He got there first. He gets to do what he wants.
True, that's true.
Save some for the rest of us, old chap.
Old bean.
Leave something for me.
Old sport.
I want a snack later on. Cream pie joke? Anybody?
Oh, God, dude.
Not in Boston.
That's true.
How they do it in Harvard, though, I guess.
That's how they do it in Harvard.
That's how they do it at Harvard, yeah.
Ned turns on the charm, saying he rented them a carriage, and she's not really into it because of the whole violent nutcase stuff. And he says, why not? You know how I feel about you. Maggie says she just felt sorry for him and tries to leave, so he violently grabs her again and kisses her, which immediately makes her melt since this is a movie. Oh, and because she's playing him. Spoilers. Though I think this is the moment where she's like, oh, maybe he's not so bad, even though he just probably bruised her arm and grabbed her by the face and shit.
She's into that type of shit.
Yeah. He likes a man who takes charge, not Foppy McGee over there with his fucking blonde hair. She slaps him in the face and has some old dude show Ned out and tells him that if Ned ever calls again to tell him that he's not home or that she's not home. Ned then sadly saunters out while leaving the front door wide open like a dick, or like his character in Time to Kill. Just left the goddamn doors open everywhere he went. We cut to a fair or something where we see Maggie and Colonel Knox walking through a crowd to a boat before showing Ned's merch booth where you can get a genuine Ned Hanlon pillowcase. Want? Turn that pillow into my waifu. Waifu. Get up in them pillow guts. Get the stuffing. Start stuffing some more feathers in there.
Oh, Jesus.
We see a dude with a headband eye a sign that says Ned is a 2-to-1 favorite to win this race that they're about to have. And headband guy bets a wad of money on himself to win. We cut to Ned drunkenly telling Bill about what happened with Maggie. He's like chugging some liquor on the floor.
Yeah.
Already is drunk.
Not to stop you, but I think he bets on Ned. He doesn't bet on himself.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah, because I remember someone's asking him, like, "What are you doing?" He's like, what does he say?
Yeah,
I'm not that dumb. Or something along the lines like, I'm not stupid.
Yeah,
because he wants to make money. So I think he bets on Ned, not himself.
You're right. Yeah, he bets on.
Which is why he ends up throwing, spoiler alert.
Yeah, they all do.
Yeah, they're all betting on Ned.
Anyways, we see Ned drunkenly telling Bill what happened with Maggie, and he curls up into the fetal position saying, "They'll wait for the boy in blue." Next, we see Ned in his boat trying not to puke on himself, and headband guy is hot on his heels in the race. While Maggie watches on with I am gonna buy one of those pillows and ride it all night long look on her face. Headband guy takes a big lead on Ned and then fakes an injury while everyone else in the race also gives up, so it was obviously fixed for Ned to win. Knox tells Bill that he's doing a bang-up job of managing Ned and to reconsider his offer, but Bill won't have any of it. We cut to Ned back where he belongs, in blackface, bootlicking liquor. But his friend Toad is nowhere to be found. Guy's name is Toad. Hey, Toad!
A nickname.
Ned washes his face in case he spots Eddie, the only other black resident of Canada in the 1870s. He doesn't want to offend him.
God damn it.
Some cop busts in with a gun and then tries to drown Ned for a second before letting him breathe while putting the gun in Ned's mouth while saying, "Suck it, sinner."
Yeah.
This movie's getting way too close to an erotic fan fiction novel I'm writing. Very out of character for this movie to have a cop stick his gun in a guy's mouth while he's choking on water and say, "Suck it, sinner." But whatever. Ned gets thrown in jail, and Bill pays off a guard so that he can talk to him. Bill says if Ned makes a deal with Knox, he'll be out the next day, but Ned says he doesn't want to be forced to go to croquet get-togethers for the rest of his life and such. Oh, and it was Knox who set him up and got him arrested. I'm guessing the gun in the mouth thing was just the cop's kink, though, so that had nothing to do with Knox. Bill explains that Knox only wants Ned and has offered Bill $500 to just fuck off so that he can have the boy he blew all to himself. Bill gives Ned an impassioned speech about how he's a natural-born sculler and that he owes it to himself to not rot in prison with guys who love pink snowballs for the rest of his life, and convinces Ned to make the deal so he can be the hero that Canada needs. Like, is Bill Canadian? I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah, I thought he was.
I guess he's racing Ned in that first race in Canada, so I guess that makes sense. We cut to Ned in an office with Colonel Knox going over his new contract while Maggie listens outside the door. She sees the maid and decides she needs to see the boy who gave her blue balls again. So she brings Knox, Ned, and some random dudes, lawyers or whatever these dudes are, these red-faced guys who show up at this point in the movie and then are with Knox for the rest of the whole movie. She gives them some coffee and marmalade or whatever the hell they ate back then. Or maybe it was tea. I don't know. Ned's eyes glaze over during all the legalese, and he stares at Maggie while almost signing his life away to Colonel Knox. But Maggie suggests Ned get a lawyer to look over the contract before signing, much to her uncle's chagrin. So I guess she's into him at this point. She's trying to help him. Mm-hmm. Ned gives her a smile and agrees that Knox shouldn't make the same amount as Ned, since he's the one doing all of the work. Because they were going to do like a 50-50 split on all the winnings. Just a pretty fucking terrible contract.
Yeah.
In the garden, Ned shambles his way over to Maggie. Why did he walk like that so much in the 80s? Do you have some like rickets or something? What the hell is going on?
Maybe he's just sore from all that working out.
It's true, I guess. So he shambles over to Maggie and thanks her for not letting him make the most obvious mistake imaginable, and asks her why she decided to help him. She says, "Mr. Hanlon, if I saw a stray dog being kicked in the street, I'd try to help it, even if it was a scruffy, mangy, unhousebroken, scrawny." Anyways, he cuts her off and says that he's sorry he even asked. Never apologized for violently grabbing her or anything like that. Yeah.
Why would he? It's the 1800s. She doesn't have any rights.
Yeah. She didn't have any rights whatsoever. None. He asks if she'd like to go rowing with him again sometime, but she hasn't gotten over the whole violently grabbing her and humiliating her in front of her entire family and friends thing.
What a bitch.
He asks her to come watch him race, and she says she did once, but it wasn't very edifying, to which he says, "I can be edifying. Just tell me what it means, and I'll be edifying." So Vince... edifying means to be informative in a way that improves the mind or character. And no, I didn't just look it up because I had no idea either.
I can be edifying.
I can be edifying. Anyways, this all makes Maggie smile, and she forgets about that night in the hospital where they had to reset her broken arm thanks to Ned. Knox yells for Ned to come work out with his new trainer and to leave his poor niece alone, since he's like a dog with a fucking bone. We'll fucking leave her alone. We see Ned training by doing push-ups and humping the air a little or something. I don't know.
He was doing dive bomber push-ups, which is awkward camera angle because it does look like he's just humping the ground.
It's super sexy. I like it.
Dude was in judo all the time.
Yeah.
While his Irish trainer says his win was a fluke and the result of his fancy new boat. So he needs to train his ass off since everyone will have a boat like that soon. Which is true. Everybody who he races against after this has that boat. The trainer asks if he's ready to devote himself to rowing and nothing else, and Ned gets back to training. We cut to a montage of Ned winning race after race while Colonel Knox rakes in the gambling dough, and Maggie watches on with a look that says, "I wish that boy in blue..." I wish that boy in blue blew his spunk all over my face. Sometime later, we see Ned using some sort of fancy new rowing machine while Knox and his haughty friends watch him like he's a prized horse, and Knox calls him a moving sculpture. Some red-faced dude asks if Ned is ready to race in Boston, and Ned gets distracted by Maggie riding by on a horse, and he wishes his face was a saddle. Oh, and she's riding with that douchey Harvard man that we saw Ned punch earlier. We see Maggie get a delivery, which happens to be a puppy wearing a baby blue ribbon around his neck, so she knows that it's a gift from Ned. Here we go. She goes to to see him in the stables where he is training, and we are treated to Nicolas Cage at his absolute peak hotness. I mean, we're three straight-ish dudes, and we all would. If you know what I mean.
Okay, he got in shape. This one.
Yeah, I think this is the best shape that he's been in any movie that we've seen.
Yeah.
No, Ghost Rider. The first Ghost Rider. He was ripped in that fucking film.
Yeah. I mean, it got into really good shape for Con Air too, but.
Oh, yeah, I guess Con Air too. Yeah.
She thanks him for the puppy and says she wants him to rowboat her. I mean, she names the dog Rowboat. And he tells her he spent $20 on the puppy, and she says, "You're not supposed to tell me that." And so he says, "He didn't cost me a dime since I found him getting kicked in the street," echoing their conversation from earlier. That was one of the ones I had to rewatch like 5 times to make sure that's what he said.
All I understood was something in the street.
Yeah. Maggie laughs and gives him a smile before doing what we'd all do in that situation. She slowly looks him up and down while admiring his glistening abs and chest before landing on his face, where he gives her a "I knew you couldn't resist this" look on his face. Those teeth. Butterface.
Oh man!
It took me like 3 weeks.
The eye, just cover the head and look from the neck down.
Young Cage, rough.
Yeah.
He had like gorgeous eyes, but man, those teeth is. God damn!
It took me like 3 weeks to write this breakdown because I had to keep stopping and starting again. And this scene was particularly tough to get through, but I managed.
Could only write during the refractory period.
I managed after looping that scan up and down the body for about 20 minutes.
You got to become an edgelord.
Maggie says she'd better leave him to his training and wishes him good luck in a race happening in Boston and gives him a kiss on the cheek. Then he grabs her hand and says he'd be unstoppable if she came with him. And he came with her or whatever. Just keeps grabbing her. Makes me uncomfortable, man. I know it was the 80s, but shit.
And he grabs her so hard, dude.
I mean, that was romantic back then.
Yeah, it was romantic. I guess. Harkening back to the 40s movies, the golden age of cinema, where you could just like grab a woman and kiss her against her will, and she'd be like, "Oh."
Or when you're filming Dog Eat Dog.
Yeah, exactly.
He just kisses the maid.
Unpaid extra.
God.
Suddenly, Maggie decides to confess that her uncle told her that she should be nice to Ned in order to sway him into signing a contract with him, since he'd be too distracted to think anything was strange, since he'd be completely preoccupied with her strange. She apologizes for leading him on, and he says, "Well, I had that figured. I'm not as dumb as you think." She turns around in shame, and Ned says he doesn't care about what she did since he's done way worse, while sort of admitting that he's an alcoholic, and then says he hopes one day to mean something to her. And she says, "You do mean something to me, Ned." And he says, "Really? Hey, I'm not so bad. I'm kind of reformed. I don't get drunk anymore. Say how much things cost. At least not often anyway." She turns away again, and he asks what's wrong before saying he loves her. But then she drops the bomb that she's engaged to that foppy Harvard man Ned beat up. Ned is devastated and then forcefully grabs her face while asking if she loves the douchey guy, and she gives him a look kind of confirming that she does. I don't know what we were supposed to get from that. Yeah. And he asks why she agreed to lead him on. She just said 5 seconds ago, dude. And you said you already did something worse. Maggie says Colonel Knox said Ned needed someone to latch onto. And he says, "No, he was wrong. I don't need you. I don't need anybody." And he takes his sexy, glistening ass out of the stables, and while Maggie just looks on sad while holding her puppy. At the race in Boston, Ned faces his toughest foe in the form of an Australian named Trickett, who has the eyes of a hammerhead shark. He seems like he'd be a natural rowing champion because he can look at both oars at the same time.
And behind himself.
And behind himself at the same time. He's got a dash cam in his head.
He's got...
Trickett makes fun of Ned, calling him the little bloke in blue. And Ned shakes his hand. Trickett says, "It's nice to see your face, Neddy, since I'll be pissing down your back on Saturday." Ned is confused since he's never been trash talked by a dude dressed like a superhero before. Ned does a practice run on the course, and he ends up finishing a full minute behind Trickett's time that morning. Knox and his red-faced friends say they bet $25,000 on Ned to win, which seems like a lot of fucking money back then. And now they're all worried that he might lose. Also, they call him a potato eater since I guess he's Irish.
Racist.
And then they say he's lost his spark since Maggie's not dick teasing him anymore or whatever. Knox says he didn't bring her because she's starting to like him, and he doesn't want the little bugger getting his hands on his niece. This kind of takes a dark turn here.
Yeah.
It's like really reveals how awful these dudes are and how they feel about Ned. Knox says Ned is an investment that's going sour, and he decides to bring Ned's former partner and his former flame, those are two different people, by the way, to Boston to sweeten him up. Bill says Dulcie, the chick who was writing Ned in Act 1, is now his wife, and they thought Boston would be a great place for a honeymoon. Ned is a little shocked, but is still thrilled to see them and seems to be genuinely happy that they got married and all that stuff. Also, he says he didn't even know they knew each other, and Dulcie says he introduced them, to which Ned says, "Oh, stupid fool," while slapping himself in the face. No, he like slaps himself in the face. Yeah. I'm just saying, Dulcie's definitely getting an Eiffel Tower later. That's all. That night, we see Bill sneak into a warehouse to sabotage Trickett's boat, while Dulcie and Ned head to a pub where Trickett makes fun of Ned for being called the boy in blue or something. I couldn't make out what was going on.
Yeah,
I was like singing to him. So Ned tries to fight him, but Bill shows up and pulls him away. Bill says he sabotaged Trickett's boat, and Ned is angry since he doesn't want to win by cheating. Ned and Bill argue while Ned calls himself the finest natural sculler in the world, and Bill says he's the one who called him that in the first place. Bill says Ned would be nothing without him, and he'd still be running booze with his pissy little pals. Like Toad. And Ned says Knox was right about Bill for calling him a small timer, and Bill says, "Who do you think paid me for that little job?" referring to the sabotage. The next morning, Ned wishes Trickett good luck and tries to shake his hand, but old Walleye refuses to shake it and says he will after Ned says, "May the best man win." Ned turns to walk away, but stops and acts like he's fixing a loose screw on Trickett's seat, which reveals the sabotage that Bill did the night before. He chucks the seat at Summarize and says, "You better get that. You better check that, Mr. Trickett. I don't want any excuses this afternoon." Summer over here, somewhere over there, Summarize.
Yeah, I got it.
Act 3. It's about time to wrap this thing up.
We see Knox putting even more money on Ned to win, but one of his goons stops him and says they're in trouble since Trickett fixed his boat. Knox tries to put $30,000 on Trickett, but he's too late because the race has started. In the water, Trickett trash talks Ned like some punk 10-year-old kid on Call of Duty. And listen here, Glizzy Pete, when I find you... Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to lose my temper. Anyways.
Glizzy Pete.
Trickett trash talks Ned like... Well, we're not going to get into that again. He trash talks him until Ned loses it and knocks Trickett over and rams him. But not in the way I was hoping he'd ram him. If you catch my drift.
Knock those eyes straight.
We cut to a boardroom full of old white dudes scolding Ned and Knox for the horrible act that has brought shame on the sport. And they ban him from racing within the United States for life, which seems a little bit harsh, but whatever. I mean, it's just rowing after all. It's not like he murdered somebody outside of a Super Bowl party in Atlanta or beat the ever-loving shit out of his wife inside of an elevator. But, you know, I guess we were just tougher on athletes back in the 1800s. Allegedly to both of those things. Ray Lewis allegedly killed those guys. And Ray Rice allegedly beat the shit out of his wife in that elevator, even though it's on video camera.
Even though
allegedly. We cut to Ned arriving back in Canada on the riverboat, and we see him sadly walking home with his tail between his legs. But he's surprised when there's a crowd waiting for him who sing him a song while he looks at them as if he isn't deserving of their love. Ned
This was
sobs,
kind of like a tone shift as well. Like, I don't know, felt a little out of place.
Ned sobs while the crowd shouts that he's still their champion and to forget the bastards in the U.S., which is somehow really timely. Ned heads to Walter, the boatmaker from the first race. Remember that guy? Who's in Philly or Canada? I don't know.
I think he's supposed to be
He's
in
in
Philly,
Philly.
but
Right.
Yeah. He's American.
Right.
yeah. They really just
ignore
jump
that.
all over the fucking
Yeah.
place in this.
Ignore that. Anyways, Walters is overjoyed to see him. Over some whiskey, Ned explains that Knox dropped him and took Trickett on as his new thoroughbred, rowing slave or whatever. I just got to point at Patrick. Whites can't be slaves, so that joke actually doesn't work. Oh, and Bill is apparently managing Trickett now, too. So I guess this is also we can have all the main characters in one place for the final showdown. That's the only reason I can see them shoehorning all this in.
Why the fuck would he hire him as the manager?
Well, why would you hire him as a manager if you're just managing
You're already the
Trickett
champ, too.
anyways, and he's the champ. Anyways, because the story needs it to happen.
Yeah.
Ned says he wants another shot at Trickett since he knows he can beat him, and says his mind was all fouled up on account of his crush choosing a blonde dandy over him. and his only friends turning their back on him for money and such. The fucking word dandy gets me every time, dude. It's just such a old term word. Ned says he could race Trickett for the world championship in London the following year, and if he won the title, he'd be allowed to race in the US again. Ned asked the drunk old man for his help and to train him, even though we've never seen any evidence that this guy knows anything about boats aside from making them up until this point. Like, there was no talk about him being a former competitor, right?
Yeah. Nothing. No.
Just
They
a boat maker.
Yeah.
They were just
that
like,
was the
yeah,
reveal.
okay. It's that guy. He's a character in this movie. Let's put him in as the trainer at the end.
We need another mentor. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of this third act was poorly ripped off from all the Rocky movies. I mean, we
Yeah.
make fun of that, but it really did feel like, okay, we need to get an old time guy to be his Mickey and train him up.
Yep.
This was this guy's last acting credit before he passed.
Dang.
So I guess he went out on a high note.
He's like, I'm not doing this anymore.
He reminds me of what's his face? The guy in The Green Mile.
Mr.
Yeah.
Noodle from the Green Mile.
Yeah, Mr. Noodle. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy is the archetype for Mr. Noodle.
Mr. Bojangles, the rat. Oh, fuck. I can see that. Maybe that's where Stephen King ripped off the character type. Allegedly.
He was watching The Boy in Blue. He was the one guy who saw this movie.
I mean, he might have. He did do a lot of cocaine back in the day. Allegedly. Ned says he could pay him, and Walter says he's already going to be rich since someone offered him $50,000 for the patent on his sliding seat, but that's for a sex chair of some sort. I think he created the Sibian. Ned passionately says he knows he has it in him to be the best, but he can't do it alone. And the old man says he used to race and that he would have hawked his grandma for half the talent Ned pissed away. This guy has like some of the best lines in the movie. Like earlier in Act 1 when he says people might think he's queer in his head or queer in the addict for taking on these guys.
I'm queer in the attic.
It's one of my favorite lines of every fucking movie I've ever seen, dude. Then he says, so when do we start? And they laugh and laugh. Because why not? Fucking stupid.
The tiger starts playing.
It's pretty much exactly the same, dude.
Or Hearts on Fire. Would be more with the times.
Pretty much, because we watch another Rocky-esque montage of Ned training with Walter, and even the music, like we're joking, does sound the same. Anyways, we watch him on the rowing.
It's just like on the rowing machine. Drago!
Push it to the limit.
Sorry.
Oh wait, that's a different
Tip
montage.
it or whatever the trick it.
It's
Anyway,
just spitting water everywhere.
anyways, we watch him on the rowing machine we saw before, doing gymnastics, rowing on the lake, pulling trucks with a rope, cutting firewood. Oh wait, no, sorry, that was Rocky IV. Anyways, he gets the eye of the tiger, and we see him getting stronger because he's gonna fly now, etc. Wish we could have seen him beat up some meat, but that's okay because I beat my meat plenty while watching him train. So after Ned gets into amazing shape, he stops by the Colonel's house where he finds out Maggie is getting married to Dapper Dan that Saturday. We see Walter talking to Knox where he says Trickett has been winning all of his races by a mile since he has no actual competition, which means no one is betting against him and the Colonel isn't making any money. Walter suggests Trickett race Ned for the World Championship in England, and Knox seems intrigued. No need for qualifiers or anything, I guess. You just fucking show up if you want. Anybody can compete in the World Championship.
Well, it's like two people in the whole competition. It's just Trickett and
what?
They ran out of money.
Like, aren't there supposed to be more people involved? It's like a one-on-one race.
Yeah.
They ran out of money, I
on
guess.
the other side of the world.
Yeah.
And they just like, it's like boxing where they just like set a date and say it's going to be this guy versus this guy.
That's how Rocky does it.
He said that he said that the World Championship was in London.
Yeah.
So like, how does he beat out all the opera competition for the World Championship?
I don't know. Yeah. Whatever.
That's how Rocky does it.
Oh man. Old man Walter says he'll sweeten the pot by laying a side bet that if Trickett wins, he'll give Knox the patent to his sliding seat design, like for the boats or for the Sibian. Because either way, you're going to make a fortune.
Yeah, you know, if he wins, he gets the pod and the boy and the winnings minus the cost of the parts he needs for the hyperdrive.
Yeah, Jedi tricks will not work on me.
No, they won't.
Nubian. Knox says, no deal.
There's always somehow we always find to make two jokes. One of them is Star Wars and the other one is coming up. So outside, Ned sees Maggie with Micro Penis McGee and they head off in a carriage. And the guy, remember, who says he's no longer the hothead who destroyed his entire career by rowing into a guy for shit talking him, punches his wagon and sprints after the carriage like Tom Cruise in insert your favorite Tom Cruise movie here.
T-1000 run.
He does two things awkwardly: ride bikes and run. Or sprint, I guess, would be more accurate. Ned jumps up on the carriage and says, "Do not marry this man," to Maggie while her fiance bashes him with a cane. Ned falls off the carriage and Maggie stops the carriage before running to see if Ned is okay. Ned plays dead on the ground for a second before saying, "Don't marry him, Maggie. I'm the one who loves you. Me, not him." She yells at him for acting like he broke his neck and storms off. Ned chases after her saying, "Don't do it, Maggie. He's a wet goose. It takes him 2 hours to get dressed in the morning. He'd bore you silly."
This is true.
Yeah. Goddamn. He again grabs her roughly while screaming, "Stop it!" and then says, "What's the matter, Maggie? Are you afraid?" Ah, shit. He actually might end up beating the living shit out of her in an elevator.
All it takes is like, one side comment or she, messes up his coffee or something. And,
I said 2 lumps.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a Canadian PSA? It was the she spilled my coffee.
Yeah.
Was it?
Spills the hot coffee on her.
Yeah.
Fucking bitch.
Her fiance calls for her to get back in the carriage and she joins him. Then the guy says, "I see one thing hasn't changed about you, Mr. Hanlon. Obviously, you still don't bathe." Ned then takes off his shirt and wipes himself with it. I know I was wiping myself with my shirt after this scene while saying, "I'm sorry, terribly sorry," and throws it at the guy who probably wants to put Lucky Ned's head in his mouth more than Maggie after seeing those abs. The guy calls Ned a barbarian and he and Maggie start to ride off, but Ned stops him and again tells Maggie he loves her. He screams at her as they ride away, Maggie, I love you. This is his Adrian moment. Again, stealing from Rocky. Well, Walter runs up to Ned and is probably like, what the fuck, dude? I just bet my entire life away on you, and you're still lusting after this chick who has turned you down countless times, who's getting married in like 2 fucking days? No, instead he says Knox is considering the match and asks where the hell Ned's shirt went. That night, we see Maggie staring into a mirror, shaking her head for having turned down that hunky hothead who will definitely send her to the emergency room if she ends up with him. She overhears her fiance and her uncle plotting against Ned and Walter, which prompts her to head to Ned's place on the lake. Okay. She B&Es her way to his house dressed as Carmen Sandiego. And wakes up Ned. She tells him that her uncle is scheming something against him and to be careful.
Like, how close are their houses together, dude?
I don't know.
It looks like she just walked there.
Yeah. Yeah. He asks her how she got there, which is actually a good question. But she says she has to go. He stops her and gets out of bed shirtless, caresses her shoulder, tells her her hat is too big, takes it off, and kisses her. And of course, since this is a movie, she stares at him lovingly and decides to throw her entire life away since she loves Ned thanks to their 4 scenes together. Ned undresses her, exposing her breasts, which was unexpected for this family film or family-friendly biopic. And they make sweet love off camera.
Gotta have some kind of entertainment in this movie, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's just
hook the audience in somehow.
It's just awkward. The next morning, we see the outside of the boathouse and have a really weird smash cut where the music just completely cuts out before revealing Maggie happily in bed with Ned. Yeah, that was weird.
That was so strange, dude. This is like happy music, somebody walking by with a boat, and then it just cuts and they're just in bed. I'm like,
yeah,
what happened there?
Jarring. She says, well, I know what it's like to be compromised. Then she says, will you do me a favor? Compromise me again. Before he can get to compromising all over her face, neck, and chest, somebody knocks on the door, which turns out to be Colonel Knox. How fucking close does Ned live to Maggie and Knox? Like, again, they just like saunter over? Yeah.
He just lives right behind him.
They're just one plot away. God damn it.
Yeah, the geography in this movie is really confusing.
Yeah.
Like the championship in London, like they would have had to take like a boat across the fucking ocean.
Took several weeks to get over there. And
they're just like, it just happened right away. We're here.
Ned hides Maggie behind a dresser and throws her clothes while Knox just fucking lets himself in. He looks around and says, nice place. And then asks why it smells like his niece's panty drawer in there. Knox says he's considered Walter's proposal, but he has conditions. The main one being Ned has to lose on purpose. Knox says if he loses, he'll guarantee a rematch that will be fair and square and offers Ned an extra $10,000 to take the fall. Ned isn't keen on losing, but when Knox nearly discovers Maggie, Ned takes the money and says he agrees to lose the first race. We cut to a church and see a wedding, but instead of it being Maggie and the blonde bitch boy, it's Maggie and Ned getting hitched. And we cut to Knox freaking out upon hearing of the marriage.
I guess that could just happen back then. She could just marry whoever she wanted. Then why was there even this entire subplot? She was marrying some Harvard boy.
Because it shows he's about to win. He won her. Now he's going to win the race.
I think she was, that would have set her up for life. And now she married this fucking commoner who has no money whatsoever.
Yeah, but I thought, I don't know, Hollywood has taught me that women have no choice, so she wouldn't be able to marry me even if she wanted to. She was already engaged to the other rich guy set up by her uncle.
Right.
I guess that's not a problem. Because the script doesn't need it to be.
No, it's not. Because Knox tells Bill that Maggie threatened to tell the whole world he tried to bribe Ned if he didn't give his consent for the marriage.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
There you go. That fixes that plot hole. And that Ned gave back the $10,000 with a note saying, I rode a win. Bill asks if they should cancel the race, and Knox says he's already signed the contracts. Bill says Trickett will win easily and to relax, but the colonel says he doesn't take risks or chances. Knox offers Bill $10,000 to butter his beans, and we cut to the most uncomfortable sex scene in movie history. No, wait. That was just a mental image of Christopher Plummer rubbing butter all over David Naughton's nuts. I'll be your American werewolf.
Some Boston baked beans, boy.
We cut to the.
I'll take that American werewolf.
London.
Oh, fuck. We cut to the side of the big race in London where we see Walter pouring champagne into the River Thames. Sorry, Nigel, I know it's Thames.
It's neither.
It's Thames.
Nice of him to give the mutated fish and decomposing plague bodies something to drink. Walter tells Ned he made the side wager with Knox about his patent to let Ned know just how much he believes in him. We hear laughing and reveal Trickett watching them from across the river. Or honestly, he could have been looking up at the moon. Kind of hard to tell where he was looking. When I hear, when I there. Walter finds Bill messing around in his shop, which... wouldn't that have set off a red flag or alarms? I guess not. Just forget it.
Fine. He's a friend.
He's a friend. Where Ned's boat is being kept, and Ned walks in. Bill asks how Ned has been, and Ned says, "What do you care?" before saying they need to leave. Bill wishes his old pal good luck, and if he doesn't win today, there's always tomorrow, to which Ned says, "I'm going to win today for my friends." And Bill looks like he's going to cry since he's no longer his friend. No longer the boy I blow, but the boy I blew. Ned gets off to a huge lead in the race, but wouldn't you fucking know it, someone, obviously not Bill or anything, sabotaged one of his oar holders, which he tries to tighten, and Trickett takes the lead. And then
catch all that shit beforehand? Like, shouldn't be going over all of it?
Well, not only that, it's like you know this guy sabotaged Trickett's boat. Now he's in your shop with your boat,
and he
alone?
works for Knox. So.
Yeah. That's one of my couple of questions.
Yeah. Anyways, Ned catches back up and then retakes the lead, but the oar holder again fails on him. Ned tries to tighten it again, but he can't do it without a wrench. Trickett again takes the lead, and we see Ned feverishly trying to tighten the oar holder while his hand bleeds. And Bill screams, "For God's sake, man, quit!"
There's no quitting that boy in blue. I love him so much.
I love him. Bill then dives into the grossest water on earth, besides maybe, I don't know, the Seine, and swims to Ned with a wrench while Colonel Knox plots Bill's death, and Ned fixes the oar holder. God, that water would be gross.
Ugh. Though it definitely didn't look like London where they were at.
No. It looks suspiciously like some river in Canada.
Yeah. Despite being the best rower on earth, Australian and North American champion, and having a huge lead, Ned catches up to Trickett like he has a rocket up his ass, and then he takes the lead.
Oh, they showed Trickett was kind of tired, you know?
Yeah, he stopped and he's like,
it's like, oh, man. I didn't think I had
I thought
to
he was
work.
just like taking a rest. He was just like, I have such a huge lead.
Yeah, that's probably
the
what it
old tortoise in the hare analogy.
But it's like he can, I mean, if you looked this way, he could see that Ned was coming up.
I guess that's true. He was blind to where Ned was. Ned was in his blind spot.
He's around the corner.
Trickett tries to shit talk Ned again, but the boy in blue is unfazed this time. And God damn it. Every fucking season, you find a way to make this joke. Trickett tries to shit talk Ned again, but the boy in blue is unfazed this time and beats the Toxic Avenger cousin by a nose, winning the world champion. Every
same
season.
eyes, man.
Thank God I have a picture of that fucker saved in a file just by itself for the screenshot. That night we see Knox ride off on a steamboat while giving I am so gonna make sure you accidentally fall overboard on your cruise home bow to Bill and Dolce Gabbana. We see Ned celebrating with his old trainer and some extras. Okay. And Ned stops to chat with his old friends.
Why wasn't he with like Maggie and like people he knew?
I think she was there, but like
she was like
back of everybody. Right. Yeah. He talks to Bill, or he thanks Bill for the help during the race and says goodbye. Yeah. Thank you for fucking me over and then unfucking me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
The same thug. So he paid for the same thug to come to London?
That was one of my questions. Like,
anyways,
fucking sends him all the way to London just to beat up a guy.
The same thug who broke Bill's arm in Act 1 shows up, and we cut to Ned hugging Maggie before Dulcie runs after him saying, Bill needs help. Ned runs to help saying, here we go again. Well, wacky music plays, and Ned helps Bill beat up the goons. I mean, I was gooning. I was doing some beating and gooning during this movie. Bill says, you take the two on the left. And they laugh since they're best buds again. It's fucking stupid. The movie freeze frames on them about to be brutally murdered. And we see a caption that says, Ned went on to win over 200 races in a row and went on to run for public office, which he won in a landslide since he's not the hero Canada needs, but the one Canada deserves. The end.
And then he went on to own a hotel. His crowning achievement.
He owned the Motel 6 at Hanlon Point.